Where should I start with Harry? Obviously the man who gave me my first start, and he gave me that opportunity to show what I could do. He had the faith in me at such a young age as well, and just some of the stuff he used to say to me was quite inspirational. What he said about me running on puddles, about making a splash, and things like that. It always sticks in my head, but no, I can't thank him enough when he actually told me I was starting, and he said, make sure you phone your old man and let him know that I'm going to start you against Leeds away, because he needs to be there. My dad couldn't miss for the world, so I can't thank him enough, really. We have quite a good bond because he knows the sort of runs I make. So when he gets the ball, it's the first thing he probably thinks of where's Theo he's going to make this run. So I don't even have to look at times. That's sort of he spoke to me that in the past, and I got a shirt at home with lovely messages on there. And he's the sort of player, he's a winner, and on and off the pitch for me, he's a great person to talk to. I think again, he makes a lot of sense. He's got a lot of good points as well, and he's not afraid to say what he's thinking. And I quite like that in him. Yeah, definitely. And again, he's to play at the level he's played at for so long, at a consistent level, and to break so many records, you got to be a good player. When people say things, when Wright said things, and I do take it on board, especially a player like him, and he always had that belief in me playing up front, and I've sort of switched back out onto the right hand side now, but I've always been great with him. He's always given me some good advice. And he's such a good laugh. He's just generally just a good laugh to be around. He really is, really is. Obviously football has changed a little bit now, but it's so difficult. That's the hardest thing to do, score at the back of the net. And I think I'm nearly touching 100 now with Arsenal, so I've got quite a long way to go before to catch him. But I'm a winger, so that's the thing. Gareth, we same age. We used to live in the lodge together in Southampton. We were in the same room, loved messing about, but it just shows you put your head down, you work hard, you can just do anything. You put your mind to it. If you look at him as an athlete as well, he's probably got all the attributes you want in a footballer. And yeah, he's only going to obviously improve as well, and he's still relatively young. He's done a lot, and obviously now he's playing very well for Wales. Probably sort of him and Aaron, obviously. Making Wales to a different level. So no, it's good to see. No, I'm really pleased for him, definitely. If I'm being honest, I didn't think it'd be probably for me now the third best player in the world. That's just my opinion. No. I just think because when you think you're left back and then you suddenly move up, and now you obviously can play 10, left wing, right wing, and some of the goals he scored. He's proven me wrong, that's for sure, and I'm glad for that. But yeah, no, I didn't think that. I'll be completely honest. Yeah, I think that's fine. But it just shows just hard work. That's what it comes down to. Vito eating his chocolate cake and me, lovely. Vito is again, generally all the people I've played with, probably the nicest and honest and aggressive person I've ever met. No, he's again, being a goalkeeper is really difficult. I think goalkeepers, you always, if you're number 2, 3, you always got to play that waiting game, and when you get your chances, try and keep there. And I remember when he had a period when our goalkeepers got injured. It was like 8 or 9 games when he did exceptionally well, and that's when people sort of start to notice who Vito Manini actually was. But the thing about Vito for me, he bites very easily. Basically, you could wind him up, and you would always get a reaction from him. That's the sort of man he was. Big German. Per Mertesacker. Where I'll start per. Obviously there's pictures of me and him doing the bump, we call it. Very serious and a leader on the pitch, leader off the pitch, and you want to listen to him. And I think he'd be an unbelievable manager, I genuinely would. I genuinely think out of all the players I've worked with, he'd be the best manager. It's the FA Cup final, me and Chamber, selfie. He loves his selfies on his phone, he loves all this social media stuff. I'm terrible at it, he's not bad at it at all. Yeah, no, Chamber obviously coming from Southampton as well. The academy's done exceptionally well. And yeah, I think everyone will want to see a lot more from him, definitely. But I was like that at that age. But I think it all comes down to hard work. That's all it. Obviously, he's had a couple of injuries, but I think injuries can make you stronger, to be honest, because you actually, you miss it then. But But again, off the pitch as well, you know, you find time for anyone. He's that sort of person. I think being in a similar sort of boat, I can relate to him quite a lot. He can relate to me quite a lot, and that's why I think at times he comes to me and asks certain things. I think he appreciates what I've done as well, so that's good. Well, firstly, my haircut is disgraceful. What is going on there? When I first joined, obviously, there's always that, I've said it in the past, of me just being completely overwhelmed, walking to the dressing room and seeing one of your heroes there, and then training with him, and just seeing him in the flesh, seeing what he could do, just how easy he made it look, really. He genuinely made it look so easy playing football. He just always played with a smile on his face, enjoyed it, but wanted to win, and the passion he showed in all the games, training, he took that into the matches, and you know, he trained the way he wanted to play weekends, and I think that's the way to be. And you don't reach the world's best to, you know, if you don't put that effort in. Thierry he's very honest, and you know, he has pulled me a few times. We've had just general chats on certain scenarios in matches, on what he used to take in it coming into match. But obviously it's a little bit changed now, the way people defend and everything. But just having him actually taking interest and actually taking his time to do that, you know, obviously it's because, you know, you could just avoid it, but the fact he would take his time to actually try and help out, it's just you can see the smiles in the pictures, just how much, you know, probably the belief and the trust he has in me. So that's great to see, and shame I didn't really get to play with him as long as I really wanted to. It would have been nice to play a little bit longer, but I can't argue. You know, I had some good spells with him, very good spells. In the relationship between players and managers, it's always a tricky one, because you don't know. Because obviously you've got to be. Every player wants to play. That's fine. But you got to justify why you're playing. Managers make tough decisions, and you got to respect it. But you just got to get on with it really as well. I think you can have players that can just be whinge about things. Obviously, have our ups and downs as a manager, which every club, every player, you know, if you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you always feel like you want to play. But then when you actually take a step back and you go into his office and you have a talk and you actually listen to the man, and you actually think, yeah, you know what, you're making sense there. I didn't really look at it that way. You always look at it quite selfishly. But we've had some really good discussions, and the passion the manager's shown. He did a speech the other day, and I won't be able to do the speech because it was that good. It would generally remind me of the that film, Any Given Sunday. Generally did. And I actually said that to him. I don't know, I was a little bit embarrassed, and I said that. So you remind me of that film, that speech. And yeah, I don't know if you've seen the film, but yeah, no, and it generally just showing the passion and how hard and how long it's been as well. We've not actually won the title, for instance, and he you know, he really wants it, like all of us players. But you can tell he really wants it after that, hearing that. So that's really good to see.
My friend, come on, subscribe.